What are the silverbacks?
Please fasten driver seat belt.
Our logo, you see it blue. We call him Blue the Gorilla.
Yeah.
He got his eyes blacked out. He don't see no evil, hear no evil. He's here to do a job.
Dre, Big H y Triple C.
Because at the end of the day, I'm a king. And when I leave it, and when I take this uniform off, motherfuckers still gonna love me for who I am.
The silverbacks are what? They're a group.
It's a mentality.
Yeah.
And it's the guys we came up with.
Silverback Chronicles todos los lunes en todas plataformas.
Yo, my peoples, what's good? We back. Silverback Chronicles podcast. It's your boy Big H. I got my brother Drizzy.
Feel okay?
What's good?
You know what I'm saying? Got that gas in the cup.
Word.
The only time I get to drink is really when I come here, so a little juice, ain't nothing bad.
Nothing wrong with
You
indulging.
know what I'm saying?
Episode 121, my peoples. We back at you. What you gonna say, bro?
I'll say plus I'm grown and my bills are paid, so I'm entitled to drink.
Do what you want when you want.
That's it. That's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we don't have no special guest tonight. It's just us.
Bringing it back to the essence.
To the essence of where it began.
Yeah, which is better equipment.
Right.
Thanks,
Absolutely.
Chris. Thanks, Triple C.
Triple C is always in the building.
You know what I'm saying?
But you know, listen, this world we live in is it's crazy. There's so much going on.
There's so much going on.
So
right now.
much going on.
Like in the world. Right. Not just like your little piece of the world. Like it's bigger than just us.
Absolutely.
And it's fucked up.
It's really bad, man.
I gotta be honest. It's fucked up. Everything that's going on.
It's extremely bad. What's the gentleman that just passed away? In Akron, Ohio. Jalen, what's his name?
I want to say Mr. Walker.
Yeah, Mr. Walker. I was posed a question in one of my chats, like, why is it that only black men get gunned down like that? And he shouldn't have been shot over 60 times. I get the amount of times he was hit was a bit excessive, but and there's a but because I didn't have an answer for it. You know, every police department is different. Every jurisdiction is different. I don't have all the facts to what happened when he got out of his vehicle to run. I do know during the police pursuit, they tried to pull him over and he actually shot at the police officer. Anybody in that situation, it's not going to end well if you shoot at police when they're trying to do a car stop. It's just not.
Yeah, common sense. I mean,
I don't, you know, God bless his soul. I don't like to see anybody hurt.
yeah, man, you rest in peace. You know?
Word.
It's just a really, really poor decision made. Again, like you said, it's not going to end well anytime you crack around at any law enforcement officer / military person, first responder.
Because
It's not going to end well.
you just picked up the element. Like you just picked up.
I mean, you picked the biggest fight.
Yeah.
Not a fighting, not like, hey, let's fight mano a mano.
No.
Like you said, let's have a gunfight.
It's a deadly force situation
100%.
because you met all the elements of this deadly force.
I mean, even when he cracked around at the cops while they were moving in pursuit, the police didn't shoot while they were driving.
No, he didn't.
And then when the car stopped, you know, they gave orders with tasers, and then that's what gets, I don't know what happened, right?
Yeah,
Like,
because there's no footage of what happened
have
after
to
he
wait.
exited his vehicle.
Yeah.
What led to the actual gunfire. I don't know.
we have to wait.
We got to wait and let the facts be the facts. But people got to be like, you put yourself in that situation. What's wrong with just pulling the fuck over? Yes, sir. How can I help you? Here's my license and registration. What is the stop for?
I think that word is called accountability.
Absolutely.
If you riding around with a gun and you know your town's a little hot,
If you playing that game, it comes with the territory.
yeah.
I just like, I get the excessive 60 shots. Absolutely.
I mean, that's
But
tunnel vision.
we don't have that. We don't have that. That video, that piece of what led to the foot chase and what led ultimately to the firing, the discharging of weapons. And it sucks. Only thing I say, it's a horrible situation. Another person lost their life.
Yeah, I mean,
It's messed up.
he lost his life when, we was talking about it off air that he could have, if he made the accountability decision, he could have been sitting in jail alive, waiting to see a judge on a gun charge.
That's it. A handgun violation.
Instead of right now, he'll be pushing daisies.
But it's actions. It's actions. Take
decisions.
accountability. Bro, you put yourself in that fucking situation. Like, you crack a round at a police officer. Now, what if that
During a
round
pursuit.
during a pursuit, he's just trying to pull you over? What if that round would have went through his windshield and hit that officer in the head? Then what? Then what?
I don't even know how he did it because, like, if you're driving, he's the driver, right?
Yeah, he's a driver.
Do you do one of these? Like, pow.
I had no idea.
Because you can't unless you do one. I don't know.
Or
Either way, you're gonna miss.
Or even worse, you're blind firing.
And that round hits.
That hits a pedestrian.
Yeah, or like
somebody
the car,
jogging on the highway.
the other car passing. You guys
Absolutely.
by, yeah.
It's like, come on,
It's
man.
completely reckless. It's completely recklessness to like the public.
Triple C, how you feel about that topic?
I'll say because we also had several officers on that had to discharge their weapon and had to take a fatal shot or this, that, and the fourth. Black, white, and indifferent, they all had the same look. So that has me believing, even from the civilian life, that like I know people assume like people be chest bumping and this, that, and the fourth. You got to be a detached motherfucker to, you see what I'm saying? And nobody had that look. Everybody had a look of like they did not want to do that. And they have to live with that for the rest of their lives.
It's true.
So for a lot of individuals, like, again, waiting for all the information to come out, these officers, the people that had to do that, when they made that decision, they made that decision. They can't come back from that. They now have to live with the fact that they took somebody's life. Now, I don't know if there's video of people doing this, that, and the fourth, but for the people that we've had on, again, really good human beings, really good people in general, their faces, them talking about it on and off camera, it's the same. Their faces are very stoic. It's very like they're kind of cautious and saying things. It's almost like they're about to tear up. Most of them, as you all know, because you work with them all the time, they're going through therapy for these things all the time. It's not to say the family's not. It's not to say this, that, and the fourth. But for both sides of individuals, like I just wish, like when I used to coach, we would tell people, and I know this is not the same, but we would tell them like after heated games, and you know this from playing sports, yo, give people 48 hours before you like, oh, hey, you could have made that tackle, blah, blah, blah. Let us coaches do that. Let the people that really out there with them. So what I say is wait for all the information to come out. And for the families, I know it's hard for everybody that's involved, but for everybody in and around it, wait for the information. Then go to judgment. Yes, you can post about it to keep people involved with information, because information is information. It's not good or bad, but just before I say they were bad and they were evil and it was white versus black and all this other stuff, I don't know anything about any of these people or what was going on. So most of these, if they were white cops, they could be married to black and Hispanic women.
100%.
You see what I'm saying? They could have kids of this, that, and the fourth.
Yeah,
they could have
absolutely.
grown up in different
Which
neighborhoods that was
happens
way
more
worse than
often than we
ours.
think.
You see what I'm saying? Right.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
before we jump to put everybody in that box, we gotta start. We have to, as America, we gotta sit on the fence and get information.
We do. We have to.
And then
everybody wants it so fast, but they
yeah.
don't understand that like an investigation, especially something like this to this magnitude, it's that fine comb, investigation. It's like that takes time. That takes time because information is always constantly changing. I mean, these are the facts, right? But a lot of information when it comes to an investigation, a lot of stuff don't be right. And it's like you put this detective on this path that sounds great, right? The information sounds credible, like, yo, this is a lead, like, let's go. And it just turns out that person was just blowing smoke up your ass. Now you just wasted that detective's time, resources, when he could have been on the actual path to figure it out. That's why investigations take so long. So when you rush it, right? Because all this information, everybody's trying to help out right now. There's so much information coming in. Oh man, yeah, I saw that kid. Oh yeah, I known him since the 5th grade. He always had guns. Like that type of stuff is happening all the time. So it's like sometimes, the investigator has to like really quiet down the noise, and then it's not even the pressures of like your command staff. Like, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? A lot of people, that's when you don't rush it. You can't rush an investigation. Because when it comes out, you want everything to be, dot your T's and cross your I's. There's something you said, though, like, as far as, like, accountability, like, yo, I know the families lost a loved one and all that, but, again, accountability. What is he doing with a gun? What is he doing with a ski mask?
Why are you cranking rounds off at officers when they just trying to pull you over?
Like, I think it's time that we stop putting it all on the cops, because let's face it, when there's a shooting and when there's a homicide in whatever neighborhood, we weren't there. Hence why it happened.
Yeah.
It happens when we make that right. We drive through the block. We make that, how many times? We make a right, we make it 2 more blocks, and all of a sudden, boop, 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 boop,
Shots
shooting.
fired.
Why? We're like, dog, we were just here. We were just here.
That's a great point.
We were just here. But let's keep it real. The streets, they know our times. They know who's who. They know the patterns. So, like, if you're going to come around 315 and you're going to say what's up to the people, and you 3 blocks away and you see the op, he's going to get it no matter what.
How much of
like,
y'all...
it's not our fault.
Y'all been on for a decade plus. How much of y'all job has been proactive versus reactive? Because I think a lot of people
Back then, it was way more proactive.
I mean, but what I mean by proactive, not like deterrent by being in the street, but what I'm saying is like how many times have y'all walked up and like, oh, this is a crime and this is being committed? Like, I was just walking down the street. Or it's like y'all got called to it, so you had to react to it. So a lot of times I think people think that y'all just be like, y'all see it right away all the time.
That's a 2-part question, right? Back then we were more proactive as far as like getting out of the car, engaging the community, right? We're dealing with calls and like standing in front of the grocery stores, learning who's who, right? Mm-hmm. That's proactive policing.
Okay.
That eliminated the random acts of violence because we were always out. Now, because we're a reactive department, it's more likely that you're gonna run into a on-view shooting. On-view shootings, I guarantee you, are up. Why? Because we're not proactive as far as like, it's like a dance. It's like a dance. Like either we're leading or you're leading. Right now, crime leads.
I think it was 50-50 back then. Because of course, you get calls for service relating to some of those issues. And also us being the street savvy officers that we were at that time and the streets active, we stopped a lot of crime just by being out there. We stopped a lot of crime by seeing something escalate, and we de-escalated it and stopped it before it even got to that level.
Okay.
We also stopped it by the community seeing us, knowing how we operated, knowing that we're smart guys, we about our shit, and we don't take no bullshit and no nonsense. So that eliminated crime a lot because they knew how we policed, and we policed fair, and we policed firm. I'm fair with you. I'm gonna have fun with you. I'm gonna crack jokes with you. We're gonna shoot the shit. We're gonna get to know each other. But don't get it fucked up. I'm out here to do this job and to serve correctly. I'm not your best friend. Although I can be, but just know what I'm here to do. And there's no gray area in that at all. So if you fucked up, it is what it is. You're going to jail or whatever. If I checked you and you know what you did was wrong, we keep it moving. That's policing, on a different level to where, because we don't believe in everybody deserves to go to jail. Absolutely not. If I could intervene and fix that situation just by talking to you so you can fully understand what you did and what not to do, then I think I served my purpose.
I think that's a job well done.
Absolutely.
Not everybody has to go to jail.
Not at all.
Especially if you're just having a bad day, you know what I'm saying?
We utilize our discretion.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, back then the times was different back then.
Yeah.
You know, and then now it's different because, you know, we in our units that we're in, we're not so much on the street level no more. But I don't know, getting the feel for it, you know, things we hear, it's just a reactive department. And
Most departments are, yeah.
most departments are
Super
now.
reactive.
I think fucking security at Walmart is more police than we ever be.
Yeah.
Ever will be.
And you know, and these people, and I mean, I'll say it, like these senators and politicians, like you're so far removed, right? I know you do walks in the community, and I'm not speaking about anybody particularly. I'm just saying,
In general.
right? I'm just saying, like you guys are so far removed that you guys are making decision about our line of work, and you've never done it. So it's like you making decisions on something that you don't know what you're talking about, and we're seeing it. We're seeing it now. Those decisions that are being made by whoever, wherever, and we're the ones that have to carry it out. We're seeing the effects of crime. It is rampant. And it's like, here's the thing, right? You got a police department, right? Everybody on this job, for the most part, want to hunt. They want to face evil, right? I'm not saying bad people. I'm saying evil.
That element of evil.
That element of evil that sometimes people make the decision to carry out. You see what I'm saying? It's a decision. And I've seen a lot of evil. We all have, right? And I'll say there's not a lot of bad people. There's not a lot of bad people. There's just people that make the wrong decision or a poor decision. So with that being said,
And there is a lot of bad motherfuckers out there
they're like
that just want to cause bodily harm to people.
Of course.
That's that element.
That few, and I'm not talking about the person that got, caught this weekend drinking. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about the dudes that are running around, sticking people up, robbing people, robbing grandmothers. Like, that evil, right, has to be met by a certain type of force.
Absolutely.
You can't cage us. You can't cage us and expect us to go fight evil when we can't fight it. You know what I'm saying? Our hands are tied behind our back. There's plenty of cops right now in every jurisdiction, in every state that want to do work, but it's like they can't because they're being held back. So now the evil's just running around rampant.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You got to pick, like, when cops do something wrong or there's a car accident or like whatever, right? The problem with police departments is, from what I've noticed, is that they do this blanket policy of punishment. If one person does something wrong, right, it's like, all right, it's going to be a policy. No one could do this. And it's like, dog, but just treat that one person, give that one person the punishment. Why am I being punished? I don't do what that person does.
Right.
I'm here to do my job. What he did over there, he knows the rules. Punish that person. Why does the department in total have to be punished? And that's the problem. Because now everybody's handicapped and we can't go out and fight.
On top of everything else.
And for the individuals out there, because we have fans all around the world, we see the numbers, so shout out to y'all. For people who don't understand it, again, for me being a civilian, let me paint the picture for these two brothers right here. On the flip side of that, what people just say is a traffic stop. Right now, if you can type in just police officer Baltimore City hit, traffic stop, 8 p.m. So right now it's still light out.
It's still daylight.
Right now on life support because he was dragged 2 blocks.
Yeah.
So that's the 0 to the 100 when you hear them saying that, that's what that can turn into. That shot could have turned into something. That this could have turned into blah blah blah. So I get it when people say they're trained, they're supposed to be this, they're supposed to be that. They still want to be able to go home as well. So again, it's not to say that you're picking a side, but what we should do is just take a breath because on the flip side, this is an individual that they know. And I mean, I don't know if you guys want to just speak in general, but this is what you all deal with when you say, I'm going into that house, I'm going into this. It could be JoJo or Joey or blah, 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 stubbed his toe. And stub this toe could mean this dude coming outside with an AR or coming outside with this, that, and the fourth.
1,000%.
Or, you know what I'm saying? Or then took every Muay Thai, thing and blah, blah, blah. And you saying, Lil Joey, this dude come outside, he's 6'7", you know what I'm saying? Cut up like a bag of dope.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like they don't. So can y'all like really like put that in perspective for individuals? Because this is just two different dichotomies of two different stories, two different cities, but it's
two different outcomes.
Yeah, two different outcomes where, again, it's not whether it's right or wrong or this, that, and the fourth, but this is what y'all deal with. So this is why people deal with things.
Police won, one outcome, police lost. And I hope Sarge makes a full, speedy recovery.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, when he did this car stop, he's doing his job. He didn't know this was going to happen.
Yeah.
And then that person decided to drag, put aside the profession, because at the end of the day, it's just how we make money. It's a profession. It's how we feed our family, right? You dragged a human being 2 blocks. Seriously, like that's the decision you made. Again, a poor decision for a traffic stop. What was in the car?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Fam, if it's on you, it's on you. Just take the charge. I don't know.
The lifestyle is everything.
Like, I mean, the game we play, right? The game we play is the game any law enforcement, first responder plays is that
there's a chance we might not come home.
Straight up.
I know I'm going home.
See? Now that mentality right there, you can't beat that. Because he's going to do whatever it takes to get home to his family.
By hook or crook, the guard going home, period.
Yo, like, that's the decision you got to make.
You know what I'm saying?
Those politicians in them office, they don't understand that mentality. Like, we out here facing this evil so that you could get voted back in, right? But it's like every day I leave, I gotta tell myself, I gotta get back here. Because at the end of the day, my family needs me more than this job. I mean, this job pays for this family to have a good life, but what life are the kids gonna have if I'm not around? So I gotta be around for them, not even for me. So if it's between me and
you made that decision. I did it. I just reacted.
You put me in the situation, not me. I was just trying to stop you to tell you that you got a broken taillight. I wasn't even gonna give you a ticket. But now that you shot that round at me, like, what's up?
Right.
That's really what goes down. Like,
right.
I'm really like pulling you over to like, hey, you're driving a little funny. And it turns to this. Half the times these guys ain't gonna give you no ticket. And you know what? If you get a ticket, you pay it and then you're still alive.
The last time I got my ticket, I was coming up 295 from when I was coaching in college. And we was playing against like the number 12 team in the country. And we had them. We had them on the ropes. And I'm pissed. Shout out to my little Nissan Versa. That little motherfucker was pushing it. So like everybody driving slow and I'm tunnel vision because it's like I want to get home and see the film, blah, blah, blah. They got to upload it. And I see the lights flashing. And it's a trooper. And at the time, I'm just like, damn. So I turn on, I immediately said, boom, because where I worked at 74, I turned all my lights on, get my license registration. Like, he was like, man, I tried to kind of give you like 2 warnings like several times. Like he said, but you was tunnel vision. I said, look, this, and this. I said, and I coach. This is where I coach at this college. I said, man, we lost this, that, and the fourth. He said, thank you. Just thank you. And I'm sitting there like, at first, I'm like, why would he say thank you? But then I'm like, it kicked in for me because at that time, this was about 6 years ago. So that's when all this shit started. Like everything y'all did was just the problem. And he probably was thinking like, you know what I'm saying? Why you pull me over? I know the laws. I know da-da-da. I'm like, nah, you caught me. Like, this Versa was pushing it. Like,
yeah.
I know you'd have caught me, but I was like, you wouldn't have caught me, this little baby, because I was trying to get home. He started laughing like, look, everything came back. You good, this, and this. I appreciate you. Thank you. I was like, nah. I said, thank you. I said, I appreciate it. Gave me a warning. Was off on my time.
Yeah.
And it was because I was like, I had tunnel vision. I'm literally just trying to, like, I got to get home and see this film because we should have beat these. We should have beat them, man. Like, we had them on the road. And then it turned into a conversation as opposed to it being this. Now, even if he would have did his job, okay, I was speeding. Got you. I'm going to pay the ticket or I'm going to go to court just so I can get it reduced. But like you said, because it was that interaction. Now, I get it. That's that small percentage of individuals da 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 da, this, and this. Those are the ones that again, for not only you all, but everybody's like, we don't need those guys. We don't need the guy that did what he did to George Floyd. That's the individual. That's the 1% of the 1%. Nobody wants them. I don't want them even at my job.
But even them, those guys, they're gonna do it to themselves, and they're gonna weed themselves out. Hence why they don't have a job.
It was because of my interaction. It was very honest. It was an honest mistake. It was this, that, and the fourth. I ain't got a bunch of tickets. I ain't had nothing in God knows how long. It was, I appreciate that. It's this, that, and the fourth. And everybody went and did this, that, and the fourth. So
yeah, it was peaceful.
Yeah. So they pull you over for a traffic ticket. What made you say, I'm gonna fire off on these dudes? Even if it was, you know what I'm saying? If it was a traffic ticket, again, if this is what happened, because, we still got to go to court, blah, 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 or whatever. No, I ain't gonna say go to court, but it's still, it's still under. But if it was a traffic ticket, it would have been a traffic ticket. They would have not asked you if you had a handgun. Or maybe
what if he would have played, like, real shit, what if he would have played it cool, hit the gun, right? And played it completely cool? He'll still be alive and just maybe have a ticket or a warning. That's it.
That's it.
He would not be dead. But the reason why he's dead is because he chose death.
And people, and the one thing that I really love about us that people got to understand, the duality of our lives. We grew into these men. You know what I'm saying? Where we came from, we are not the same people that we were. We can't be. We have families. We have more things that we have to live for. So we understand the other sides of that. So we're not speaking from we grew up in, you know what I'm saying? Like, again, one of the favorite movies, shout out to Dre, is like Beverly Hills Cop. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? We like the dudes that like grew up in Detroit and then now we in Beverly Hills. We didn't just start in Beverly Hills. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I understand exactly what you're saying.
But he was smart.
Story for story and understanding.
Crazy. He grew up, he was a cop in Detroit, but he went to Beverly Hills where it was like more sophisticated. He was the smartest dude in the room.
Right. You see what I'm saying? So both. It's just like, right.
Both.
So
he had that edge, but he also was very smart. Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's just, it's very unfortunate. And, I don't like to see no life lost. But unfortunately, that comes with the territory, man. There's no way. And they asked me, are you speaking from the standpoint of a police officer or a black man? I said, at the end of the day, if I was speaking from a black man perspective, if any one of my brothers that goes out there and shoot back at police, I'm going to say, what the fuck was you thinking?
You're an idiot. You
put yourself in this situation. Yeah, and you could be a black man, a white guy, Indian, Spanish, Latin, doesn't matter. Anybody that puts himself in that situation, how do you think that's going to go?
Yeah, because wrong, right? Because you're saying because you're wrong.
Wrong is wrong.
It doesn't matter where your background is. You're wrong.
Yeah.
Wrong has no color.
At all.
Wrong has no color.
At
and
all.
Good has no color.
I'm just
you do good, you do wrong from every ethnic background.
Yeah. I get the frustration of
choice.
The 60 shots. I get all that. I get it. But it has to be thoroughly investigated, which is being investigated now. But actions dictate the come out of everything.
But same thing, like you see a fight, right? When is one punch one too many? Mm-hmm. And then you see somebody keep punching and punching and punching. You're like, dog, chill. It's the same thing. It's just that this was done with lead. But it happens all the time because we're human beings and like we're in that zone, and in that zone you just go. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. With Sarge right here, I mean, this coward got, he was a, what is it, like 6-hour barricade, and then he gave up.
Yeah, he gave up.
He gave up, and I mean, it's like all that. You do all that to give up? You should have just gave up the day that the fucking sergeant pulled you over, dog. Should have gave up right there. Then this man would not be in a hospital on fucking life support. But you want to give up when the green pajamas come out and them dudes is ready to put one in your melon. Fam, you led up to this point. Your decisions brought you this action. Mm-hmm. That I guarantee you, Sarge was not trying to fucking give you a hard way to go like they said out here. But you was probably doing too much. And I think you had a warrant.
He did. He had like
you had a warrant. You should be inside already.
Right.
He's doing his job, but then you want to give up when them things come out. Come on, dog.
They
I
ain't gonna
can't
be doing
respect
too much
you.
talking.
I can't respect you. I can't respect you because then you should. You know how to say that?
Times has changed.
I can't respect you, dog.
And what was
Can't respect
and
you.
I'm just wondering,
Should have
like,
gave up on the car stop instead of when
Thank
SWAT
you.
comes through and they banging on your door. Now
because
you peeing
you're
your
warrant for
pants.
something probably like FTA.
Nah, I was having.
Well,
Nah,
it was
he
heavy?
He was
Okay.
with it. He was with
Okay.
it. He's with it.
He had warrant in reference to guns, handguns.
Yeah.
Okay, but that now turns into capital murder.
Yeah.
Like that,
mean-
you can't. That's.
I
that's
think he
a-
was out on the
that's-
PBJ.
that's
I don't know if y'all know what that means, but
Murder
he
first
should-
degree
He shouldn't be out.
attempt.
Why is he out?
I used to be a commissioner.
Why is he a menace to
I'm telling you what they gonna-
Commissioner, why is he a menace to
Hickley-
society?
Well-
Why is he out?
I can tell you that when I was in, again, this is not the state or anything else that goes on, but
Just saying.
when we give no bails, they then go before the judges. The judges
These judges now.
have the autonomy to do. And we had a judge on, so we might need to bring him back on.
Yep.
And then
I call
and
this-
he used to be both. He used to be a commissioner and the judge.
He's a
so,
G.
Yeah,
We love him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can absolutely say
we should bring him back.
sometimes people would say, yo, commissioner, they used to say, y'all don't work on the weekends. I said, that's a fucking lie, because my goddamn, again, I was single at the time, so my goddamn life was screwed because I worked night shifts. So I was like, shit, holidays every day, Christmas, even when it was snowing, y'all bring the Humvees out, come get us from my house. We down
Oh,
booking.
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so that
We should
ain't.
get a court commissioner.
But you know, any capital offenses or like multiple handguns or this, that, and the fourth, blah, 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 or if you already have a felony, out on a felony, you come before a felony, you're hold without bail. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't, you damn sure gonna get a bail where you better be, you know what I mean? You better be moving weight to be like,
you have some
shit.
coins.
Yeah, so you know what I mean, 500,000, you ain't putting nobody house up for that like you moving it. So, nah, it's just, you know, the when I was a commissioner, what I'll say is when you look at the laws are there and the laws work. They have to be not enforced, they have to be like for felony drugs, it's 20 years, 25,000. 20 or 25 years. See what I'm saying? But you suspend 20 years or this, that, and the fourth, and you give a person 2 or 3 years. Or like you said, somebody has a handgun and it has this on it. Person do murder, it's like, that's 25. It's 25 to life. So murder starts at 25 years to the rest of your life. That's why it's 25 to life. They'll 25 years, suspend 20 years, 5 years probation. You're like, there it is. That's being referred by the people who
But
this, that,
could
and
you
fourth, and
imagine the
this, and this.
confidence you put in that person? Wait a minute, you gonna suspend 20 years and I only gotta do 5 for some shit I just did? Oh yeah, I'll take that.
Absolutely.
I'll do that shit on my head.
I did a paper on it. Murder gets less time than drug dealers.
It's crazy. Wow.
Period.
That's
I even
crazy.
argued that. They were like, well, drugs can kill more people. I said, I've never heard a person walk to me like the commercials, like, you want to do this? I'm like, that's never happened.
the
We've been in
Europeans-
some we've been in some horrible neighborhoods we were growing up. I've never had people come up to me like, you want to try this? I'm like, nobody does that. Ever. I was like, but you see somebody
Everybody
murder
knows
somebody,
the
they be
first
out
time
in
you
5
try-
years. You're like, wow.
First time you tried drugs, it was somebody from like your friends or your family. It wasn't like no stranger like, hey man.
Yeah.
try this,
Those
man.
commercials were odd.
I mean, that was like the 80s, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Trying times.
I don't know. They want this to stop. They gotta get tough with it. You gotta back your first responders, man, because they're those are the only people that are willing to go out there and stop evil.
But let me ask y'all, but not even as
How about now?
officers, just as private citizens.
I was
When
just
is
about to talk
enough
about
enough? Like when and I know y'all know, but in general, like you said in your chat and this, that, and the fourth. So when is enough enough? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it again? And I'm not wishing this on anybody, on anybody's family members or something. But it's like, is enough when you know what I mean? When your little cousin get hit, when somebody this, that, and the fourth because they was just walking home. Is enough enough when this? Like, when is enough enough of people? Like, when it? You know what I mean? Because I know we've been tired. You know what I'm saying? I mean, y'all are gainfully employed again, like for that, because crime's been here since the Bible times. So it's not going anywhere. Right. But some of the things that we're seeing now, it's just like When is enough enough? Like,
I don't know, bro. It's different times, man. Hopefully, in the future, everybody can be all on one accord. But I don't know, bro. But
Yeah.
we just gotta make the best of it. Serve how we serve,
Sorry about that.
and now you're good, bro.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't know. I mean, like, we need to wake up as a country and fucking just stick together. Like, there's too much infighting. If you want crime to go down, let the cops do what they gotta do. When the firemen come through, let them do what they gotta do, you know? When the ambos come through, let them do what they gotta do. And then everything gonna work out. All these, the society now feels like they could do our job. And it's like, look, clearly you can't. We're here to help. You know, stop making poor decisions.
And that's it.
I don't know.
But my peoples,
We love y'all.
we love you. We appreciate you. Just a quick little episode, just to talk about current events that's going on, and just I love to hear feedback from everybody. Even on the chat, just talking to everybody, getting their perspective. And I get it. I understand it. Another black man, I get that. But man, unfortunately, man, your actions, you got to be accountable for what you do, bro. Mm-hmm. Every person. Don't jump on the bandwagon. Black lives matter. Every lives matter.
Right.
And unfortunately, that brother met his demise. And we still got to see footage. There's still an investigation that's hot on the press right now. But with that being said, we love you. We appreciate you. Episode 121. Dre, what you got?
Peace and love.
Triple C.
blessed are the peacemakers.
All right, peoples, we love you. Be safe.